Hello everyone. In this video we're going to talk a little bit about LinkedIn and how you can use it in your professional career and also some of the uses that we'll go through in project management here at Rowan Cabarrus Community College. First off, let's start by asking ourselves exactly what LinkedIn is. So sort of the professional definition of that is shown on the slide here, and that is that LinkedIn is a professional social networking service. It operates as a website, and they have a mobile app as well as RSS feeds and social media presence on other websites as well. LinkedIn is owned by Microsoft, and that happened about a year ago when Microsoft decided to buy the company. And as of today, which is January of 2018, it is the 20th most popular website on the internet, and that's according to the Amazon Alexa Internet Ranking Scale. And I think every indication is that LinkedIn's popularity will continue to grow throughout the year. They're already one of the most used social media platforms out there, and with the economy in the current condition that it's in, that should certainly continue in the next few months. So why is LinkedIn important for us? I think you can look at that from two different angles. Their slogan is "Relationships Matter," and that is meant both from an employee and an employer standpoint. So remember, what LinkedIn allows us to do is create profiles and connections to each other. And these connections are often used to place LinkedIn members with employment. So that could mean that you as a student, hopefully soon to be employee, can make a LinkedIn profile, and employers are then able to search those profiles to see if there are any potential employees out there that might meet the needs that they're currently trying to find in an employee. So you should probably think of LinkedIn as a digital resume. And the advantage to a digital resume like LinkedIn is what I just mentioned earlier, that an employer can search for it anytime, any place, and instantly see who's available out there that meets their needs. So the next obvious question would be, why can't I just use an old-fashioned resume? Well, of course you can, and there are certainly a lot of jobs out there where it may be more appropriate to maintain a paper resume to send them. But a lot of what you see today is this need that employers have to find someone very quickly, and also to find someone that meets a very specific requirement for that job. So for example, in information technology, we have quite a few professional certifications. And that could be something like the Cisco Certified Networking Associate, or the A+, or the Network Plus, or any of the Microsoft Office Specialist exams. And if you earn those professional certifications, you can link them to your LinkedIn profile. So an employer out there might say, for instance, I need to find someone who currently holds their A+ certification. And LinkedIn would return a list of potential employees in the vicinity of that company who have that credential. So your name would come up in places that it might not come up otherwise, because you have that LinkedIn profile and you have your information up to date on it. So how to get started? First off, in this course, you're just going to create a simple LinkedIn profile. And you need to keep in mind right now that it certainly doesn't need to be perfect. It's just getting started. It's sort of a blank canvas, a blank slate that we will work on throughout the semester, and you can continue to work on after you graduate as you work towards your career goals. So you simply proceed to linkedin.com, which is going to present you with a web interface that's similar to the screenshot you see here to your right. I'll show you what the full website looks like. If you already have a LinkedIn account, you'll sign in at the top with your email and password. If you need to create a LinkedIn account, you'll need to start with this introductory form here on the home page. It's going to ask you some more specific information after you fill out your first name, last name, email, and password and click Join Now. That information is more along the lines of your job history, if you're currently employed, if you're currently in school, It will ask you what types of professional certifications you may have, any clubs that you have been a part of, so on and so forth. The entire process will take about 10 to 15 minutes depending on how much information you have to input into LinkedIn. You simply need to follow the prompts that it gives you, and remember, if you don't have a certain piece of information that it's asking for, that's okay. Just continue on past that step and finish setting up your profile. We can always go back after your profile is set up and edit or add any information that you would like to add. Alright, so depending on the course that you're in, your instructor will probably provide specific requirements for this assignment on Blackboard. I know that some instructors may ask you to submit a screenshot of your LinkedIn profile as soon as it's complete, or they may ask you to add them on LinkedIn as well so that they can verify that you've created an account. So as the semester goes on, you want to start building this network, and that network is a slow process, and I will show you my network here in just a second. It's a good idea to add your classmates. I mean, they are people who you see and interact with on a daily basis, and they're great people to follow on LinkedIn, and you can watch their career unfold over the years. So find a few classmates, add those. You're also more than welcome to add me. If you search for Zachary Hubbard, you'll see me associated with Rowan Cabarrus Community College. Feel free to add me. And remember, even though LinkedIn is a form of social media, you should not treat it as you would a Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram account. And what I really mean by that is this is professional social networking. And don't forget that this is really just a digital resume. So you would not want to put anything on your LinkedIn account that you wouldn't want an employer to have access to. So for example, your vacation photos or what you got over the holidays is not something that you want to put on LinkedIn. You can sort of view your life like Facebook and Twitter and Instagram are the places where I share those personal types of pieces of information, and LinkedIn is where I'm going to maintain my professional presence on the web. So some final thoughts. I know I've said this a couple times already, but just remember that building your profile is really a process. It takes a while. It will take 6 months to a year before you start fully feeling like your profile is complete. You're also going to have some opportunities during this semester to add to your LinkedIn account. Every spring, the college hosts an event called Test Fest where you can take professional certifications. As soon as that event is over, if you've passed any of those professional certifications, you should add them to your LinkedIn sooner rather than later so you can get those verified links and badges showing up for employers. So let me take a second and show you what my LinkedIn profile looks like. When you log in, this is the screen that you get. And notice that in the middle, there is a news feed. And it's very similar to a news feed that you would see in Facebook. And this is different people in my network or different companies and organizations that I've watched and updates that they have posted. You can see on my right over here that this add to your feed section contains suggestions for companies and professionals that you might like to follow on your LinkedIn account, and you can simply click on follow to add them. This is a great place to add some content to your LinkedIn. As IT professionals, we should probably all add some of the big IT companies: Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, Cisco, Dell, HP, all are great companies to search for and add. And on your left, you can see a very brief version of my profile. So you can see my name right here. You can see how many people have viewed my profile recently and how many connections I have. I've had my LinkedIn account for a couple of years, so I've got quite a few connections on here. Just remember, it does take a while to build those. And then finally, up at the top of your screen, you can see the different navigation features of LinkedIn. This is the home screen. That's the news feed that I was talking about. If someone requests to be in your network or requests some type of recommendation from you, they're going to show up here in my network, and you can see I've got one request that I need to go in and approve. Jobs is what you click on for recommended jobs for you. This is actually a pretty handy link, and since I've filled mine out, it's going to give you, kind of generic job offers that might not be something you'd be interested in. But sometimes when something opens up in your area, it flashes across this pane right here. This is showing me, because of the settings I've chose, my different career interests. So this is just an overview, really. If I wanted to know more about IBM, I could click Learn More and see some of the job offers related to information technology that IBM offers. And same for any of these other companies. You can explore under Learn More. Messaging at the top is any LinkedIn groups or colleagues that have sent a message to me. I can read in there. It looks just like an inbox on Facebook. And notifications is very similar to notifications in Facebook. It just shows any type of activity or anything that might need your attention on your LinkedIn profile. And finally is the Me section, which shows your profile. And if I click on it and hit View Profile, it will show all the details about your profile and what you should change. You should see that my profile strength is labeled as intermediate. I've got to go in and keep building, keep adding things to it. You can see the steps completed right here for me. I've got to write a summary for my resume, essentially, is what it amounts to, that would be featured on this page. And I would pretty much be done. If you scroll down, you can see my experience, you can see education, and you can see featured skills and endorsements. And at the bottom you can see accomplishments, which is where quite a few of your professional certifications would link to. So at this point I've linked my A+ certification and a Software Development Fundamentals certification from Microsoft to this account. And I've also completed one project that I linked to this account, and that was a project that I did for the National Academy Foundation. And below that you can see all of the different interests that I subscribe to. Most of these are businesses. When you follow them, their updates and information show up in your feed. So for example, I follow Certiport, which is a Pearson VUE business, and that's the company that makes all the tests that are available at TestFest Day. So when Certiport releases a new test or any new details, I can simply click onto their page and see what those new details are. So I'll go back to my home screen really quick. Just remember, all you need to do at this step is set up your profile. You probably want some type of professional photo for this. If you don't have one right now, don't worry too much. We can work on getting you one throughout the semester. Alright, thank you for watching this video. If you run into any issues, please let your instructor know. And again, make sure you check Blackboard to see exactly what is required for submission for this assignment. Thank you.